So, okay, tell me a little bit about your family history. How did you get this? How did your family come on this land?
Okay. Uh, my mother inherited this land here, uh, and it was 20 acres here. But I wasn't born here. I was born up the road there. And so then they built a three-room house here. And then during the years, with others coming on, they kept adding on until it looks like this now. This was last done something like 1970, I think it was. Okay.
When a lot of people think about the history of African Americans in this area and in the country in the 1800s, they think only slaves. But that wasn't the case for
No,
your family, right?
no. They were free people, and they came from North Carolina. As the saying always go, when they were in North Carolina, uh, it became so that they wasn't getting the advantages that they should have and the respect, and so they wanted to leave, and they sent Bowen Roberts out to find a place for them to go. And when he came here to this place, he reported when he went back, he told them that there were fat hogs running around with knives and forks in their back. So that showed a future, a promise of good. And so it wasn't long. Then they got together, and six families came. Help me. The Andersons and Stewarts and Trevans and Roberts. When they came to, so that they came in covered wagons, and when they got here, they cleared away the land because it was grown up. And so they cleared the land, and they were prosperous people, and they wanted things better for themselves. So then later, so then it wasn't long. Now this was around 1832, and then they built a schoolhouse, and they built a church, a place to worship, and they had several different religions. They had Methodists. Some of them were Methodists. Some were Baptists. Some of them they called hard shell Baptists, and so they were. And so they had the money too. See, they had money to do these things, and they. And when they later on, I mean, I remember that they had buggies, and it was up to date. It was the modern stuff. They were intelligent and wanted things nice.
Well, and that is so amazing because when you read the history books and when you see on television people talking about African Americans back in the 1800s, like I said, you only see slaves and you see people that had to fight and do all these things. How I guess amazing was it that they were able to live this prosperous life during that time? How unique was that?
I mean, it was different. I mean, and they were, and then the whites some whites came in, and they lived together without fighting or anything. I mean, and they helped one another. Like they would help them harvest their grain. They help them. They help. The whites would help, and the colored would help. I mean, they were just like brothers and sisters. they helped one another. I don't know. It was unusual, and that's.
How proud are you to be a part of that heritage, to have that rich history in your bloodline?
Well, I'm really happy. I'm really happy, and I would like to contribute something. And I want other people to know about it. I want this history preserved. I don't want it lost, because I think everyone should know. I don't want it lost. I want to preserve it.
When you look at where things are today, and you see a lot of the racial turmoil and how things are going, what do you want society to learn from your family? That might be a tough question, but I think you kind of answered it a little bit already.
You kind of answered it. Just that your family is an example to how people just live together.
And I want them to live together in peace and harmony, and love and help one another, and instead of fighting. I don't understand some of the people, the way they doing today, but I want them to look to us, see that you can live together in peace and harmony. It can be done.
I want to talk a little bit about the Underground Railroad and this area's influence on that. Do you have any information about your family's impact in helping with the Underground Railroad?
No, my family, I don't know. What they helped down here at the church, I'm sure that they helped some of them, and they used to say, way they hung their clothes on the line, on the clothesline, would tell them where to go, and so I'm sure they helped.
Absolutely. You have a really wonderful looking sign out in front of your property that says owned by the same family for 150 years.
Yeah.
And your daughter was showing us some beautiful plaques in your hallway too that talks about the state recognizing this property. What does it mean to know that this property has been in your family for so long?
Well, it's wonderful, and I hope it can stay that way for many years to come. I don't want to sell it, but I hope that we can stay here. And it's wonderful to know that your roots are deep.
Absolutely. Let's talk really quickly about your roots. Your parents, tell me about them, your father and your mother, and tell me a little bit about your childhood, what it was like growing up.
Okay. Well, my father was a coal miner, and he would go, but then when he come home, he had the farm here, and had cows and horses and chickens, and take care of them when he come home from work. Before he went to work, he take care of the animals, and when he come home, he do the same thing. So, and my mother worked. She worked here. I mean, she kept the things that and helped vegetables. I remember going out and in the cornfields. Like sometimes I know that they planted pumpkins or cucumbers in the cornfields, and we'd go out and take care of the vegetables in the cornfields, and we always had a garden, a big garden, corn and tomatoes. We even had strawberry patch, and lettuce, and onions and beets and all vegetables. It was down. It was about a quarter of an acre all the way down here. So, and I had a sister and two brothers, and we all worked together.
You had a happy childhood, it sounded like.
Oh yes, they was happy. I'm the oldest, but we didn't fight.
You all didn't seem like you had to struggle as much as other people may have had to, because you worked so hard.
Oh.
Is that accurate?
I don't know. We worked hard. No, we didn't struggle. I mean, the ground was good, and it produced well. And we didn't go to town only once on Saturday. Sometimes we didn't go. I mean, when we went to town, we had to get all of what groceries we needed, and take care of bills or something like that. We went on Saturday, and no other time. If you didn't do it that Saturday, you'd have to wait till the next Saturday to go.
What made your family stay after all of that?
Well, I even left for a while. I've lived in Chicago, in Jamaica, New York. And I come back because my mother got ill, and she needed some help. And so I came back, and so she passed away. She and my father both passed away in the same year. And so then my sister and I lived here for a while, and she's been gone now for 10 years. And I've been here for 10 years trying to keep it together. Like they would have it done.
And the last question that I have, Garrett may have a couple questions after I'm finished, but the last question that I have, what does it mean that your daughter is continuing the legacy with her position and the things that she's doing in the community? How proud are you of her?
I'm very proud of her, and she's very helpful and very caring, and she wants to help. I love her. She's great help.